Hello everybody, this is Brett here with The Inner Gamer, and I am standing with Elisa Melendez, who is playing Tyreen Calypso in the new Borderlands 3 coming out soon.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I am doing so well, so well. We're at Let's Play Gaming Expo. Is this your first time at Let's Play?
Yes, this is actually my first Let's Play Gaming Expo. I'm very, very excited because I'm a Dallas, I'm not going to say a Dallas native, but I live in Dallas, and it's really cool that we actually have something here right in our backyard that can celebrate gamers and geeks of all stripes.
So your role is going to be one of the Calypso Twins coming up here soon, which is really, really exciting. How did that come about? Can you tell me a little bit about any of that?
Yeah, sure. So I work at Gearbox as the Gearbox New Media Manager, and just being a Borderlands nerd, getting to work in the building where Borderlands happens, that's already solid. Yeah. I'm good. I'm chill. But when they said, hey, so for Borderlands 3, we're thinking of having these villains, but they kind of have this like new media kind of presence. They take over basically with kind of a cult of personality, right? And since I worked in new media, I did Twitch and YouTube. I stream in my own right on a weekly basis. So they were kind of like, you know, can you help us, you know, sort of get that tone, you know, some of the cool terms, you know, that folks kind of throw out just to, you know, so we can get those kind of common new media terms, but, you know, make it Borderlands, right? So I helped out a little bit with that, and then the cool thing was that we basically had kind of studio-wide open auditions for anybody who might be interested, and I'm a musical theater nerd from way back. I'm a performer, and so I jumped at the chance to be able to do it, and I was like, oh, you know, if I'm a rando on Sanctuary or something, I'll be happy, right? And so throughout the process, they had me come in doing temp VO, which basically is like placeholder voice lines so that folks can, you know, do things like time missions appropriately to the VO and stuff like that. So I did that, and I started reading for Tyreen, but as a test. And the more I did it, you know, I obviously enjoyed it. Tyreen is an absolute blast to play, and so they said, would you like to submit a formal audition to be Tyreen? And I said, that's really nice of you. Thank you for giving me the common courtesy of auditioning. Clearly you're gonna hire someone that's way better at this than I am, right? And then I got the call that it was me, and I cried like an idiot in the middle of downtown LA. And I will never forget that day for the rest of my life.
This is, I mean, I guess this is your first voice acting role, technically, correct?
I mean, if we talk about release order, technically this will be my second voice acting gig, because it was kind of funny in the middle of a Tyreen voice session. You know, they came to me and said, hey, you know, we have this cool new DLC that we're working on. So we added a talking gun. We need someone to voice it, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm here, I can hop back into the booth, and they told me what it was, and it is the sniper rifle, the Hot Mama, available in Commander Lilith in the Fight for Sanctuary. There are very specific places where it drops. It is a very good sniper rifle, not because I'm biased, not because I voice it. It is actually a very good effervescent sniper rifle. It's very, very good.
Getting into this role, having not done much of this prior to that, and then also this role, how did you prepare for that? What were some of the things? Did you go to any coaching or just find mentors? Like, how did you come about getting prepared for this?
It's interesting because it's a little bit of kind of seeing what other kind of YouTubers and streamers and what their cadence is, and you know, there's a difference between saying, hey, I'm here, you know, with Inside Gaming, and then, you know, there's a difference between that and, hey, superfans, what's up? It's God Queen Tyreen coming at you live. And so it's kind of finding out what that cadence is and what that delivery is, but then also just kind of getting to know her and like, why is she doing this? What's the end goal here? But it's Borderlands. And some of the stuff you gotta say, it's just fun. And really at the end of the day, it's I mean, I read what I'm about to say, laugh, compose myself, and then perform it as the character, because that's just what Borderlands is.
And that's what we as a fans appreciate so much, because I can't tell you how many times I was playing like Borderlands 2, for example, and just I had to stop and pause and just crack up, and I couldn't stop myself. I was like, really, this is here, and it's hilarious. I love it. Like, it's, yeah, kudos to the whole, like, everybody at Gearbox. It's incredible, the work that, I mean, it's one of a kind, I think. It's a one of a kind of game. So you also, on the side, speaking of new media and everything like that, you have a YouTube channel you work on. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so I'm very, very excited, and it's still, one of those other kind of dream come trues, because I admired Mikey Newman so much for his work as Scooter in Borderlands, but also for his YouTube channel, Filmjoy, where he writes these and produces these amazing film essays, basically talking about just why these movies are so important. And it's anything from, yes, he'll talk about, a Wonder Woman and, a very big sort of temple franchise, but he also likes to kind of dive back into movies that maybe didn't get the kind of appreciation that they deserved.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the goal of the channel is film joy. It's to spread joy and positivity about movies. And as part of that, I'm on a show called Deep Dive, where we have good friends, bad movies, questionable snacks. And we try to find the good in not just bad movies, but also incredibly polarizing movies. So kind of movies that either people love them or they absolutely hate them. And we try to find the joy in them. Case in point, our latest episode was Batman versus Superman. And we'll let you decide whether you were on the absolutely love it camp or the camp. We heard more of that going in, but you might have to watch that episode to see if we were able to find the joy in that movie.
I like it. Yeah, I was in the camp of not seeing the movie yet, so I will have to get to watch that, maybe. But I don't know. I might have to watch your video first and find out whether it's worth my time, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, that's usually a good move.
So you said something about questionable snacks. What do you mean by questionable snacks? I'm curious about that.
So you ever go down an aisle, go down a snack aisle, and you see like just a weird flavored Oreo, and you're like, why?
Yes.
Those are the kinds of snacks that we enjoy on Deep Dive. So we had, I think it was like birthday cake Peeps at one point. Okay. We had, gosh, what were the really bad Oreos? It was like Swedish fish Oreos that were not the move. No. I'm not the one, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. If you're a Swedish fish Oreo fan, more power to you. You will have plenty on the shelf to choose from, because I ain't buying those.
So what do you have in the plans for the future? Like, what's next for you?
Well, I have the bug. So I'm being able to get in a booth and play a character is absolutely so much fun. I hope I get the chance to do that more. Not just for video games, but hey, anime folks, if y'all need somebody, I'm here. I also have my weekly stream on twitch.tv/Elisa Rockdoc, where we preview Rocksmith DLC every week and also play a little bit of an acoustic show. So if you're into music games or music video games, that's what I do every week in my spare time, which I barely have any of, but.
Preaching to the choir right there. Preaching to the choir. Yeah, that's really cool about the Rocksmith. I would love to see that people are playing that. Like we've been doing some Guitar Hero like meetup. We've done those a few times here and there, and it's love to see people come out and they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't played that in forever, and it's so much fun. It's a blast. Well, that's really awesome. So you mentioned your Twitch channel. Is there anywhere else that people can find you online? Sure
thing. Cool thing about branding is I am ElisaRockdoc on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all that jazz. So if you are interested in general nerdery, cat pictures, selfies, and shameless plugs about music, I'm your gal.
So I have one more question then. Actually, two more questions. First question, favorite game right now? Like what is in your docket that you're obsessed with?
Okay. It's a few, because I have a little bit of a rotation depending on what my vibe is.
Okay.
I'm kind of wanting to start another playthrough of Breath of the Wild right now for some reason. I have some long flights coming up, so I think Breath of the Wild will be very, very good, very zen. I've been diving back into Minecraft.
Okay.
My mission now is sort of trying to find all of the villages near my spawn zone and connecting them via railways. That's another very kind of chill thing to do. Diving back into Destiny 2, which I love Destiny. Playing another playthrough of Borderlands 2, just because I need to have Borderlands in my life ahead of September 13th. Yep. The Outer Wilds is also really good. There's a lot of really good games out right now. There's never enough time for anything.
Yes. No, I completely agree with that. Completely agree. And then music. I'm curious, what is like, I mean, what do you listen to right now that you're really excited about?
Okay, so sometimes I'll go on these kicks, right?
Okay.
My kick right now is Carly Rae Jepsen.
Okay.
Love Carly Rae Jepsen right now, but but if you hit shuffle on my playlist, it's anything from kind of really cool poppy stuff like Carly Rae Jepsen. I have like all of the Metallica in the world on there. I got really into Ghost lately. Ghost is really good. So yeah, it's all over the place. You know, anything from, you know, hard rock to hair metal to Weird Al Yankovic is one of my favorite songwriters of all time. So
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Trapped in the Drive-Thru is my favorite song. It's magic. Absolutely magical.
Yeah. I'm an Albuquerque main myself. That's
Also, another question. Now I have 3. What about, I know, right? What is this? There's so many questions. Favorite console? Like what do you focus yourself on mostly?
Mostly I play on Xbox, but it's one of those where like we've just always had Xboxes and I've just always been familiar with that controller scheme, so we just keep getting Xboxes. We have a great setup right now where it's 2 TVs, 2 consoles, side by side. So while split screen is great, not every game has that, and I mean co-op gaming is some of the best gaming you can have, and there's so many really amazing co-op games out there, not just Borderlands. But you know, we kind of made the investment in saying, okay, couple that plays together stays together. So we got that nice little dual setup, and it's been treating us real nice.
It's like the his and her sinks in the house. Now you have a his and her gaming system. That's great.
I mean, you gotta.
It's awesome. Well, there you have it, folks. September 13th, Borderlands 3, you can listen to this lovely lady with her awesome voice acting for one of the Calypso Twins, which I'm really excited about. And check her out online on YouTube and all the social channels, and we'll see you next time.